2018 Mercedes-Benz Class. 2018 Mercedes-Benz Class review on. More than just an entry-level luxury sedan, the Class is attractive, well-built and classy. 3.5-star overall. There was a time when you could call the Mercedes-Benz Class an entry-level luxury vehicle. But to do so for 2018 would be a bit of a disservice. First of all, the Class is technically Mercedes' entry-level sedan now. But more importantly, the Class is more impressive than the words entry-level would lead you to believe. It comes with an impeccably built interior, high-quality materials inside and out, upgrading and customizing options galore, and a variety of engine choices. As for those engines, there's a lot to choose from if you want something other than the C300's turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. For better fuel economy, check out the C350e. This plug-in hybrid version of the Class offers a modicum of all-electric driving range, an increase in power and the best fuel economy of the Class range. If autobahn-worthy speeds are more your thing, there's a turbocharged V6 in the AMG C43 and the turbocharged V8 in the AMG C63, both of which are bona fide sports sedans. Of course, there are other entry-level luxury sedans, coupes and convertibles that may catch your eye. But it would be a glaring omission if the 2018 Mercedes-Benz Class didn't end up on your short list. What's new? There have been some changes to standard and optional equipment across the Class lineup, and Mercedes has simplified some options packages and standalone options. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now available in the Class, too. A plug-in hybrid, the C350e, is essentially new, though it technically debuted very late in the 2017 model year. Finally, the base C300 now has a 9-speed automatic transmission instead of last year's 7-speed auto. While we certainly lust after the AMG C63S with its righteously powerful 4.0-liter turbo V8, it's nearly double the price of the base Class. And, really, how often do you get to use 503 horsepower? As such, going with a standard C300 is a fine choice. It has decent power, a simple yet elegant interior, and lots of available options via packages or standalone items. Not sold? Okay, for a good middle ground with more power and equipment, but without the C63's high entry cost, check out the AMG C43. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Mercedes-Benz Class comes in 3 body styles: sedan, coupe and convertible cabriolet. The Class sedan, coupe and convertible are available in 5 trim levels: base C300, C300 4MATIC all-wheel drive, AMG C43, AMG C63 and AMG C63S. The sedan also gets a plug-in hybrid variant called the C350e. With the exception of the high-horsepower engines and sports-tuned components in the AMG models, most classes get the same standard equipment and are available with a plethora of packaged and standalone options. The C300 sedan and C300 4MATIC come standard with a turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine, 241 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque, a 9-speed automatic transmission, 17-inch wheels, automatic wipers, a rear-view camera, a sunroof, dual-zone automatic climate control, a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, 10-way power front seats with 4-way lumbar adjustment, driver seat memory settings, simulated leather upholstery, the rather good MBTEX and 402/040 split folding rear seat backs. Standard tech includes the command infotainment system with a 7-inch central display screen and a console-mounted dial controller, Bluetooth and an audio system with a CD player, dual USB ports, an SD card reader and HD radio. For the most part, the C300 Coupe gets the same equipment plus 18-inch wheels. The C300 convertible gets a power-folding fabric top, Mercedes air scarf system, which delivers warmed air to the neck and shoulders of front passengers, and a removable wind blocker. On top of the 18-inch wheels, the C350e sedan only gets a turbo 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor, 275 horsepower combined, a 7-speed automatic transmission, an air spring suspension with multiple tuning modes, and LED headlights. Primary options packages for all C300s are essentially the same. The premium package adds an electronic trunk closer, blind spot monitoring, keyless entry and push-button start, and satellite radio. In the coupe and convertible, the premium package also includes an upgraded Burmester sound system. Several other options packages are available for the C300 and C350 as well as standalone options. Well, dispense with the packages first. Options packages include the multimedia package, an upgraded 8.4-inch screen with navigation, voice controls, touchpad infotainment controller, advanced lighting package, adaptive high-beam headlights, cornering headlamps, LED headlights, ambient interior lighting, smartphone integration package, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, parking assist package, front and rear parking sensors, top-down parking camera system, the AMG line package, upgraded brakes, sport suspension, a rear spoiler, unique bodywork, and the driver assistance package, forward collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, rear cross traffic alert. Standalone options for the C300-350E include a panoramic sunroof, a head-up display, heated and ventilated seats, leather upholstery, a cabin air purification and fragrance system, a heated steering wheel, and a number of interior and exterior trim pieces. For the most part, AMG C43 models get the premium package equipment along with a turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 362 horsepower, 384 lb-ft, all-wheel drive, a 9-speed automatic transmission, a sport-tuned suspension, adaptive suspension dampers, heated front seats and unique interior trim. The AMG C63 and C63S are widely similar with the exception of the turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 469 horsepower, 479 lb-ft with the C63, 503 horsepower, 516 lb-ft with the C63S and a multi-clutch, high-performance 7-speed automatic transmission. Options for the AMG models include carbon ceramic brakes, exhaust and upgraded wheels and tires, sport seats, carbon fiber interior and exterior trim, and a special AMG head-up display. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically comes in multiple versions that are fundamentally similar. The S in this review are based on our full test of the 2017 Mercedes-Benz C300 4MATIC convertible turbo 2.0 liters inline 4. 9-speed automatic, AWD. Note, since this test was conducted, the current Mercedes-Benz class has received some minor revisions. Our findings remain applicable to this year's Mercedes-Benz class. 0. Driving. The C300 convertible drives just as you'd expect a luxury compact would, which is a very good thing. It places few demands on the driver yet still has plenty of power and decent handling when the mood hits. If performance is paramount, you may be better served by the AMG C43 variant. Acceleration. The run up to 60 miles per hour takes 6.1 seconds, which is about average for an all-wheel drive vehicle in this class. Transmission shifts are smooth and quick in the default mode and more aggressive and abrupt in sport mode. It gets up to speed without drama, but power tends to taper off a bit on the top end. Braking. The C300 has an easy and light pedal and casual driving, yet it is composed and controllable under moderately hard braking. Steering. The steering effort is appropriately light in parking lots and firms up on the highway for greater stability. It's very precise and predictable with a decent amount of feedback for a luxury-focused car. Handling. Thanks to the all-wheel drive system and summer tires, this C300 test vehicle has more traction than the typical driver will ever need in dry weather driving. There is still a moderate amount of body roll, and the tires howl loudly when pushed, but overall it's still very agreeable. Drivability. The C300 performs with luxury car smoothness and is a joy to drive because it's easy to maneuver in tight spaces and requires little effort from the driver in typical conditions. The auto stop-start system is not as transparent as we'd like it to be, Comfort. We deem it critical to spring for the optional airmatic suspension since ride quality is the only objection we have with the C300 Cabriolet. We've evaluated the airmatic add-on, and it's a night and day difference in regard to comfort. Otherwise, the C300 gets high marks in this category. Seat comfort. The standard front seats offer enough adjustment to allow drivers of any size and shape to find their optimal setting. Padding is firm, but the well-contoured surfaces make them comfortable for hours on end. Lateral support is more than adequate for the cornering limits of this car. Ride comfort. The ride quality is too firm for a tourer such as the C300. We drove other class models with the optional airmatic suspension and the comfort setting is far more compliant and the sport setting feels comparable to the standard suspension. It's worth the extra cost, and we consider it necessary. Noise and vibration. The convertible top does an excellent job of reducing wind and road noise to just noticeable levels. With the top down, buffeting is moderate, but the available air cap system, which directs air over the cabin, greatly reduces wind noise and turbulence. The solid construction is devoid of squeaks. Climate control. Once set, the automatic climate control doesn't need adjustment whether the top is up or down. With the windows and top down, there was enough coverage to keep us cool on a warm day. The air scarf blows warm air on the back of your neck, which may seem frivolous right up until you try it yourself. Interior. The class interior impresses with a graceful center stack and simple layout afforded by minimal buttons, but it also complicates the interface some. Most other interior aspects are typical for a convertible coupe, but we found the driving position and convertible top to be especially well done. Ease of use. The number of buttons has been limited to essential functions, giving the cockpit a simple and elegant layout in which controls are logically placed. Secondary controls require some digging, though, and the menu structure can take some time to become familiar with. Getting and jetting out. The long doors allow easy access to the front seats, and the seatbelt presenter eliminates the need to twist and reach for it. Rear seat access is impeded with the top up, and the front seats take a while to move forward. Driving position. There are enough adjustments and range within those adjustments to ensure drivers of any size and shape will find their optimal position in this drop-top. Roominess. The front seats are spacious enough for taller adults as the cockpit wraps around them without feeling confined. The rear seats have barely enough legroom for the average adult, and headroom is limited with the top up. The space feels claustrophobic in back. Visibility. Forward visibility is decent thanks to well-shaped roof pillars. With the top up, the small glass rear window limits what you can see and the rear blind spots grow. As far as convertibles go, it's not bad. Quality. Even though we consider the class an entry-level luxury vehicle, the materials used and sturdy construction exceed expectations. The same applies to its chief rivals, but the class' overall interior design gives off more of an old-school luxury impression. Utility. It should come as no surprise that you make sacrifices with the convertible when it comes to utility. It's the price you pay for open air motoring, and the C300 Cabriolet comes in about average on all fronts in this category. Small item storage. There aren't a lot of bins and pockets in the cabin, but the ones that exist are adequately sized for your personal items. The cup holder bin can also hold a smartphone, but the USB ports are in the center armrest bin. Cargo space. The class convertible's trunk is a bit small. Carry-on luggage will fit with some jostling, but anything bigger will need to occupy the rear seats. Child safety seat accommodation. As is typical with most convertibles in this class, a rear-facing child seat will simply not fit if the front passenger seat is occupied. Thankfully, the anchors are clearly marked and easy to tether to. Technology. Mercedes Command infotainment scores points for feature content but comes up short when it comes to usability. Competing systems have improved at a slightly quicker pace. The tracepad interface that hovers over the main rotary controller is especially challenging to get accustomed to. Audio and navigation. The command system has most of the features we expect, but the interface isn't as easy to use as those of rivals. The tracepad takes a lot of time to get used to and isn't as intuitive or consistently responsive as the rotary controller. Driver aids. The handful of advanced safety features are appropriately sensitive, not triggering false alarms. The rear-view camera view is about average for the class in a variety of lighting conditions. Voice control. Voice recognition is accurate, even with the top down at highway speeds. It understands more natural language as opposed to the robotic chunks that systems usually prompt you with.